never have it right. Well, I'm visiting today with the Honorable Mary Libby Payne. She is a retired Mississippi Court of Appeals judge. Judge Payne, you are also the granddaughter of the first president of what is now the University of Southern Mississippi. Tell me what you remember about your grandfather.
I came into this world in 1932. Pappy had just been elected to the Senate, and he was in the Senate when I was born on March the 27th. All the banks had gone broke, and he wrote me a letter welcoming me into the world. And he said it was a very dark time, and therefore it was my commission from him. Maybe he didn't use that word, but anyway, his charge to me was that I was to brighten the corner where I was. And I've tried to be true to the charge of my grandfather.
Oh, I think you did. Did he ever talk about his time as president at Mississippi Normal College, or did you hear family stories?
I think that probably the thing that stood out the most to me was that Pappy was fired by Governor Bilbo. And when Mother would go into the new Capitol up in Jackson, and they had this statue of Bilbo, and he had his hand out, Mother would kick the statue, not the statue, but the stand that was on. And I said, Mother, that's not hurting that man at all, but she did not have much use for him. Pappy, on the other hand, I read many of the things that I have donated to the archives here, but I read what a gracious man he was. He said that it was important for the students and faculty to be loyal to his successor, and that this university was more important than any president or any governor. And it needed to go on and up, I think was one of the quotes they had in one of the newspaper articles, into greatness. And I'm very proud that it has.
What do you think your grandfather would say if he could be here now and see the changes that 100 years have brought, and how we have grown from a school dedicated to education to a premier research university? What do you think he would say?
I think he would be very proud. Pappy believed that every person should have the opportunity for a good education, particularly children in rural schools in Mississippi. And therefore, in order to have a good educational experience, they had to have well-educated teachers. And that's why he was so committed to Mississippi Normal, that it prepared teachers who were going to go into the rural schools of Mississippi and provide quality education. Of course, he couldn't have imagined all of the wonderful things that have developed through the years with Southern, but he would be so proud, and I think not surprised.
What advice would you give a student who's just starting at Southern Miss?
Budget your time. We learned how to do a grid, and I could tell you, in my freshman year, I could tell you that at 3:15 on Friday afternoon, I was going to wash my underwear. And I used to, I guess I chewed the food for my students at the law school, but I would start with my freshman law students saying, you know, you have to study 2 hours for every hour of class. And I have shown you how you can do it without studying on Sunday, because I felt that as a Christian, I was not to do my work on Sunday. So I blocked out Sundays, I blocked out Wednesday night for prayer meeting, I blocked out all these things, and I color-coded it so that you knew that you may have to Thursday afternoon study for your 8 o'clock class on Monday, but you wouldn't come up on Sunday night and be unprepared. The important thing is to be prepared.
Well, thank you for taking the time to visit with us today. We're here with Judge Mary Libby Payne, our commencement speaker, fall 2010.